They have everything that anyone could ever want in the form of material things, but they're missing a soul, in my opinion. And therefore, they have to try to control humanity in order to get their entertainment. Hello, YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years I've heard it all. And I've heard people tell me, AP, are you crazy? None of this was ever planned. Well, if this is not enough in your face to know that this has been planned, then there's nothing that I can do for you. How long have we been talking about ESG, ladies and gentlemen? How long have we been talking about the plan that the United Nations has for corporations? Now banks have an ESG score. And now they can tell the businesses that they loan money to, hey, if your ESG score is not big enough, well, we're not going to be able to give you this loan. And that's how it started. Now it's being passed down to corporations. Corporations, they run on credit. They need revolving credit in order to continue to run. Every time they take an order in, they take those orders in using credit. They pay for it with credit. Every time that they pay their people, their staff, they're using credit, ladies and gentlemen. So now that banks have been captured by the United Nations SDG, Sustainable Development Goals 2030, now they get to pass that down to the corporations. That is why I am so opposed to this ESG thing, and that is how I can see it happening in the future, is that the corporations will now pass down their ESG crap down to us. I wasn't really going to talk about this right now, but if you want to switch with AP, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, switching with AP is doing exactly that, is getting American made from an American company that does not have to conform to this ESG stuff. And if you want to help out with those others that want to make the switch but just don't have time to offer any help, then go ahead and click on the link, and we're going to have a meeting this Sunday coming up that will let you know everything about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a scheme. This is the real deal. Americans buying stuff that's made in American, made by American. But let's go back to this. Meat giant Tyson Foods reveals new insect plant in 2025. None of this is planned, ladies and gentlemen. None of it has been planned. That it just happens that 3 or 4, I think, of the Tyson Foods meat plants were closed this year, or last year into this year. And now, instead of rebuilding those plants, oh, let's go ahead and make insect plants instead. This has all been planned, ladies and gentlemen. And the only way that you're going to get through this is if you get prepared. If you eat meat, put some meat away. Get it freeze dried. Put it away for long-term storage. AP, I can't afford a freeze dryer. Do you have 4 or 5 friends that have your same mindset, meaning that know that this stuff is actually going to happen and that is being proposed to happen here in the next couple of years because they want to reduce your consumption of meat to almost nothing, as they've said in the past, that it will be just an occasional treat. Heck, in Germany, I think it's 30 grams or 300 grams a month that they said they want them to just eat 300 grams of meat a month, which turns out to be about 10 ounces or so. Roughly 10 ounces of meat all month long. What they said before is that meat is supposed to be an occasional treat. So do you think, ladies and gentlemen, that they're not going to go ahead and implement this here in the United States with this insect plant that's going up? Eventually, meat will become more and more scarce, and these insects will become more and more abundant. But who is going to be eating them? It will be we, the serfs, or we, the unprepared. Tyson Food Inc. is buying a stake in insect protein company Protix BV. The two companies will collaborate to establish a manufacturing facility in the U.S. to produce bug-based meal and oil typically used in fish feed and dog food. And that is exactly what the powers that be think about you. You are nothing but a useless eater, a person who is a waste of air, a waste of calorie. That is what they think about you, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, they are sick and mentally ill people that have so much money. Think about having so much money that your life is meaningless. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever thought about that? Having so much money that your life is now meaningless because you can do anything you want to do. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can eat anything you want to eat. Playing chess is no longer enjoyable. There's no such thing as getting the best ribeye steak because you've already had the best. So there's no more bests for you to have. You've done it all. You've got all the money in the world. And that's what these people have. They have everything that anyone could ever want in the form of material things, but they're missing a soul, in my opinion. And therefore, they have to try to control humanity in order to get their entertainment. And as sick as it sounds, in my opinion, it's just as sick as it is. The American meat packers set Tuesday, and I don't think they're an American meat packer. They're owned by China, ladies and gentlemen. They just happen to have factories or plants here in the United States of America. I believe. I could be wrong. They said Tuesday that it agreed to buy a stake in Dongen, Netherlands-based Protix BV, to help fund its expansion. The companies will also form a joint venture to build and operate a U.S. facility that will produce bug-based meal and oil, which are typically used in fish feed and dog food. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed, and this is by Bloomberg. It is a multi-billion dollar industry opportunity that has tremendous growth potential. You know, I remember another multi-billion dollar opportunity that occurred for pharmaceutical companies here just not too long ago. And of course, here they say that this multi-billion dollar venture has tremendous opportunity of making a lot of money. And of course it would if they eliminate most of the meat, leaving some very, very expensive meat for those that can afford it. Get your gold and silver. Get your gold and silver. That's how you can resist. Get your gold and silver, ladies and gentlemen. Because even if they do take us into a CBDC, which I am hoping and praying to the good Lord that we still have enough patriots in Congress and the Senate to keep us from going down that road. But even if they do, there will be a black market. And gold and silver will be used in that black market in addition to other goods that can be bartered. There will always be a black market. Why do they call it a black market? Because the government can't collect taxes on it, ladies and gentlemen. When you go ahead and make a transaction through Craigslist, can the government collect taxes on that? No, ladies and gentlemen, they can't. So that is considered a black market. When you obscure the government's ability to go ahead and tax you for something that's probably already been taxed a dozen times. But anyways, I digress. And they say that in the long run, these insect diets are going to be a real thing, or can be a real thing, they say, that exists and can be one that is good for people, the planet, and animals. I'm sure that it'll be good for a select people, but not everyone, especially those that are sitting up top. And listen to this. This is what they want to feed you. They want to feed you stuff that they're already using to make dog food and cat food and stuff like that, and fish food. The company was established in 2009, and the partnership with Tyson will expand operations internationally. I'm sure that Klaus Schwab really, really likes that. I bet you they have a really good ESG score. It is definitely a huge way to establish ourselves in an international context, says the Proxit CEO. He added that the deal with Tyson is a tipping point that they have been working for. He said that the U.S. plant will not be ready until 2025, and he said that the new facility will be 4 times larger than its existing facility in the Netherlands. Slowly but surely, the WEF and major corporations appear to be resetting the global food supply chain. The WEF, ladies and gentlemen, has been doing this for years, saying that cow farts are polluting the air, so you have to eat insects. If you want to save the world, if you want to save society, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to save your children, you must eat insects, because cow farts are polluting the air. Don't worry about the national debt. Don't worry that the actual debt that the United States has is in excess of $200 trillion when you include the unfunded liabilities. And that means that the future labor of your children and their children and their children's children, etc., is at stake. Don't worry about that. Just eat insects and everything will be okay. I'm getting a little sarcastic. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that, but I will also go ahead and leave you the link to this article so that you can come and revisit it. And remember that if you do want to make the switch, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to go ahead and buy your everyday stuff that you buy anyways on a monthly basis from an American company, one that actually does not adhere to this ESG crap, go ahead and take a look at the link. And if you want to be one of those that helps all of the people that want to switch, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and click on the long link and register for this Sunday's Zoom meeting. It should only take a few minutes to fill you in on what kind of help we actually need to bring all of those people that want to come in to buy American, made in America, make the switch. Other than that, I hope that you have a great day. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.